Rumors circulating through the hip-hop and love circles late last night have caused an unprecedented amount of upheaval. According to reports, Ciara's unexpected late-night call provided startling information that split the family and left fans in disbelief. Insiders claim that friction between Yandy and Mendeecees was immediately raised by the call. The pair was left struggling to digest the alleged disclosures as what began as a tranquil evening swiftly turned into dramatic fights and whispered admissions. According to friends, with emotions running high and every encounter fraught with suspicion and sadness, fans of LHHATL are astonished, saturating social media with conjecture, analyzing each post, look, and narrative to find hints about the true events. According to insiders, Yandy, who is renowned for her power and poise, approached Mendeecees in private, demanding openness and answers, while he allegedly attempted to defend himself amid the barrage of rumors and accusations. The tension is so evident that even casual talks felt like treading carefully, according to acquaintances, and the family was left split, unsure of whom to trust. People claim that Ciara's call has revealed long-kept truths, tested relationships in unexpected ways, and pushed loyalty to their breaking point. We explore every purported revelation and the ongoing mayhem as we dig into the dramatic events, emotional roller coaster, and startling encounters that fans are enamored with tonight. It was said that the night started out like any other, peaceful and quiet. However, insiders said that everything changed in an instant after Ciara's late-night call. According to sources, the phone call purportedly revealed well-concealed secrets, causing Yandy and Mendeecees to become embroiled in an emotional upheaval that friends claim was impossible to ignore. The tension was evident as soon as she hung up. It was as though the air itself had changed. According to one insider, there was a sense of it in every area. Social media was purportedly used by fans, analyzing each post, each narrative, and each interaction very away in order to find hints regarding what had been disclosed. Insiders claim that years of suppressed tensions were exposed by the purported disclosures from Ciara's call. Known for her fortitude and endurance, Yandy allegedly felt deeply betrayed, and Mendeecees seemed more guarded and nervous. She allegedly said to a close friend, "I just don't know how to handle this." Friend said, "It's like everything I believed in is unraveling." The setting was characterized as extremely charged, with high-strung emotions and conversations full of hidden accusations. The first altercation reportedly happened soon after the call, when Yandy made the decision to speak with Mendeecees face-to-face. "Right now, I need answers." According to reports, she demanded her voice with a mix of sadness and rage. Apparently taken by surprise, Mendeecees said, "I didn't expect this to come out like this. I believed I could explain things in private." The room is tense. According to friends, the burden of suspected betrayals, making every look and statement feel vital. Ciara's involvement in the late-night conversation, according to insiders, caused a chain reaction that impacted not just the pair but also friends and relatives. According to reports, lively and informal conversations turned tense. With each word holding extra significance, a simple hello could set off a chain of events. The family was split, according to one friend, who was unclear of who to trust or how to behave. The emotional aftermath reportedly resulted in late-night conversations among close friends and family members as the claimed secrets continued to dominate every interaction. According to sources, individuals were reportedly analyzing every detail in an attempt to understand the revelation and its potential implications for the couple's future. They all seemed to be walking on eggshells. Fans apparently paid close attention to every development, commenting, speculating, and theorizing on the possible outcomes. One insider stated, "You never know when something will trigger another confrontation, and the tension is palpable." Friends disclosed that Mendeecees allegedly made an effort to defend himself in private, apologizing and defending his behavior. He is accused of saying, "I never wanted to hurt anyone," although his statements were sincere. Insiders point out that Yandy's suffering was still evident and her capacity to trust was questionable. "I thought I could handle it without causing all this chaos. She's listening, but her heart is heavy." One person said, "It is difficult to forgive someone who has been accused of betraying you." Insiders claim that during a relaxed get-together with friends and family, tensions increased. There, according to reports, an apparently ordinary evening descended into a contentious debate. As tempers flared and emotions ran high, Yandy allegedly brought up contradictions that Ciara's call had exposed. "I require the truth. The whole thing," she said firmly. Mendeecees allegedly had difficulties. His voice was colored with frustration and shame when he answered. According to friends, the mood was nearly intolerable because everyone involved was aware of how serious the discoveries were. According to sources, the purported disclosures had repercussions on social media, as followers conjectured about loyalty, motivations, and the relationship's future. According to reports, hashtags became popular as viewers examined each post, body language, in exchange for indications of reconciliation or additional treachery. According to insiders, the ongoing monitoring just increased the strain and made intimate times feel even more emotionally charged and passionate. According to reports from friends, Yandy confronted Mendeecees late one evening. Allegedly, she conveyed the entirety of her uncertainty and sadness. She remarked, "I feel like everything we built is falling apart." Mendeecees, who was clearly frightened, allegedly said, "I never wanted to hurt you. I misjudged everything." Insiders said the exchange was intense and emotional, with both people displaying grief, rage, and vulnerability at the same time. Insiders claim that Sierra's call forced Mendeecees and Yandy to approach challenging realities and reassess their partnership. Every word or gesture might start a fight. According to pals, and even small exchanges now held emotional weight. It's like walking through a minefield. One source described, "Every move matters, and everyone around them feels the tension." According to reports, fans were enthralled, debating every disclosure, deciphering every gaze, and making predictions about what would come next. According to sources, Mendeecees made several attempts at private apologies in an effort to manage the emotional impact. "I wish I could undo the pain I caused," he allegedly told a close friend. According to insiders, Yandy maintained her composure and considered each word, gesture, and justification. "She's listening, but the heartbreak is real." According to one source, she isn't prepared to take it lightly, and restoring trust takes time. Family get-togethers grew more uncomfortable as the purported secrets hovered in the background. According to insiders, friends described a setting where it was almost impossible to have a normal discussion. With the weight of the discoveries apparently influencing every contact, small arguments have the potential to swiftly get out of hand. "It's like everyone is walking on," one insider clarified. According to insiders, one particularly dramatic moment occurred when Yandy and Mendeecees attempted a calm discussion that quickly turned emotional. "I can't just pretend everything is fine," Yandy allegedly said, her voice trembling. Fans claimed to have been closely following these developments, speculating on the future of the marriage and the possibility of reconciliation or continued heartbreak. In response, Mendeecees reportedly expressed regret, saying, "I never wanted things to reach this far. I believed I was capable." The aftermath of Sierra's call created an ongoing cycle of speculation, confrontation, and reflection, friends said, describing the encounter as emotionally raw and capturing the intensity of pain, disappointment, and unanswered questions. Major interactions were now charged with significance, friends told reporters, as the family struggled to keep things normal while navigating the storm of alleged revelations. Fans reportedly analyzed every detail from interviews to social media posts in an effort to understand motives, loyalties, and the potential outcomes. Insiders acknowledged that this public attention increased the emotional intensity for the couple, making private moments feel amplified, and even small gestures could trigger an emotional response. And more volatile emotional response. And more volatile. Every word, look, and gesture seems to matter more than ever, keeping viewers, friends, and family in a state of constant anticipation. Insiders said that relationships were under intense scrutiny, emotions were raw, and trust was brittle, as part one of this unfolding saga came to an end. Sierra's late-night call had sparked a series of confrontations, heartbreaks, and rumors, leaving fans, friends, and family enthralled with the drama. Even private moments between Yandy and Mendeecees became emotionally charged, with every glance and gesture scrutinized for meaning. It's like walking through a storm. Insiders disclosed that the emotional fallout from the initial confrontation reportedly persisted, leaving Yandy and Mendeecees navigating a maze of tension, suspicion, and heartbreak. Every interaction carried unprecedented emotional weight, guaranteeing that the story would continue to unfold in shocking and unpredictable ways. There are a lot of unspoken words in the air, and you never know what will start another argument. According to one insider, insiders claimed that Mendeecees battled feelings of guilt and regret, trying to justify his behavior to close friends. Fans reportedly kept a close eye on every development, examining posts, stories, and interviews for hints about the couple's mental health and the potential consequences of Sierra's late-night revelations. "I never wanted this to happen," he allegedly stated, but others pointed out that Yandy had experienced severe loss and that restoring trust would be a difficult and unpredictable process. Sources said, "The alleged betrayal runs deep, and forgiveness is not easy. She's listening, but her heart is heavy." Stated that the couple's inner circle was caught in the middle, not knowing how to help them without making things worse. Sierra's call reportedly caused subtle rifts and elevated emotional tensions among extended family members. According to friends, it was claimed that discussions bearing layers of hidden meaning made even informal get-togethers stressful. One source claimed that every syllable is measured. Everyone is know that minor comments can have a major impact, and that the tension is genuine. It has been stated that fans were constantly speculating, discussing loyalties, motivations, and the possibility of reconciliation or further heartache. One allegedly heated private argument took place late at night when Yandy confronted Mendeecees with discrepancies that Sierra's call had exposed. "I need the whole truth," She apparently demanded it all. She spoke in a tone that was both angry and sad. Mendeecees allegedly attempted to clarify, stating, "I thought I could fix this quietly, but I see now that it was a mistake. I never wanted to hurt you." Friends said the situation was nearly intolerable, with both parties exhibiting grief, fury, and vulnerability at the same time. Insiders say the focus on social media exacerbated the continuous conjecture and emotional strain. Every post, look, and tale was apparently closely examined by fans, examining time and body language to forecast the next conflict or disclosure. According to reports, internet discussion and hashtags gained popularity, increasing the pressure on Yandy and Mendeecees and his group. It is comparable to living under a microscope. According to one insider, every interaction feels magnified, and that adds to the emotional weight. Friends reportedly noticed that Mendeecees often tried to apologize in private, expressing regret and trying to regain some trust. He reportedly uttered the words, "I know I messed up and I wish I could take it back." But according to sources, Yandy's anguish was still intense, and the severity of the alleged betrayal limited her capacity for forgiveness. She's carefully weighing every word. The road to reconciliation is unpredictable and complex, according to one source. Even simple gestures could be seen as significant or suspicious, according to reports, and minor exchanges between the couple and their friends were frequently tense. According to acquaintances, there was a constant sense of expectancy among all those involved as a result of the purported discoveries, which led to an environment of increased emotional intensity and attentiveness. One source added, "You could feel the pressure in every conversation, and that keeps emotions on edge." According to the insiders, family get-togethers were more delicate as everyone was aware of the tension and the possibility of emotional escalation. Conflict could arise from even innocuous comments. The emotional stakes remained high, resulting in a cycle of conjecture, argument, and contemplation. Friends allegedly attempted to mediate and offer support, but one insider said, "It's like walking on eggshells, and nobody wants to be the one to ignite another confrontation." Fans apparently stayed enthralled, analyzing look for indications of Yandy and Mendeecees' coping mechanisms in public appearances, interviews, and social media posts. Theories about motives, emotions, and possible outcomes were common on the internet. The intimate strain was heightened by the public spotlight, according to insiders who acknowledged that every interaction felt even more emotionally charged. Every look, every pause, and every remark appeared to have more significance, keeping fans, family, and friends interested and on board. The Edge. Insiders claim that as Yandy tried to fully convey the extent of her hurt, the exchange became especially intense and emotional. According to reports, she remarked, "I feel like everything we had is slipping away." Mendeecees reportedly said, "I regret every moment that caused you pain, and I never wanted this." Friends said the encounter was heartbreaking and the result of weeks of stress, anxiety, and conjecture. The discussion apparently brought to light the brittleness of trust, as well as the continuous challenge of juggling honesty, loyalty, and sadness. The emotional aftermath, according to insiders, was still affecting how the couple interacted with their close circle. Even ordinary talks were laced with significance. According to friends, as the purported revelations weigh, a sense of tension and uncertainty was engendered by speculation. Each word seems significant. Each gesture has a purpose. According to one insider, it's exhausting for everyone involved, but you can't ignore it. Fans apparently kept speculating, looking for clues in every aspect that would indicate the next confrontation or revelation. The continuous stress reportedly made Yandy and Mendeecees think carefully about their relationship, their decisions, and the effects of Sierra's late-night call. According to insiders, despite efforts to maintain composure and normalcy, friends said the emotional turmoil and the weight of the supposed disclosures remained. According to one insider, everyone can feel the tension, which is like a storm cloud that won't go away, even when they try to act normal. According to insiders, one pivotal moment happened when Mendeecees made an effort at a sincere confession in an effort to own up to his mistakes and patch things up. "I wish I could undo everything," he allegedly stated, "because I know I hurt you." It is said that Yandy listened, conflicted between sadness, rage, and a need to comprehend. Friends observed that although the conversation led some contrition to be expressed, the emotional scars were still severe, and the road to trust was rocky. According to reports, fans kept up with every development. Insiders acknowledged that the ongoing public attention increased the pressure on the pair, making every private interaction feel magnified and emotionally charged. They were analyzing body language, the timing of posts, and utterances for any clues of how the situation might develop. As this chapter of the saga came to an end, everyone involved was on edge and anxious to know what would happen next because of the combustible and intriguing atmosphere generated by the combination of continued tension, public speculation, and private anguish. According to insiders, feelings were still unfiltered. The story continued to enthrall fans, relatives, and friends alike, and trust remained brittle. A series of confrontations had apparently been triggered by Ciara's late-night call. Everyone concerned must navigate a terrain of uncertainty, stress, and heightened emotion as a result of loss and suspicion. Every glance, every interaction, every instant had meaning, and as the days supposedly went by, the drama would continue to play out in stunning and unexpected ways. According to reports, the emotional toll increased, resulting in ongoing conflict between Yandy and Mendeecees. According to insiders, even peaceful time spent together became complex. Every look, every word, every gesture interpreted as meaning. It was like traversing a minefield. According to a friend, you never knew what could set off the next confrontation. Fans were apparently obsessed with social media, analyzing every post, story, and public appearance to find clues about how the pair was coping with the suspected consequences from Ciara's late-night contact. Insiders say Mendeecees tried to quietly explain himself to close pals, expressing regret and anger at how things went wrong. "I didn't want to cause harm. Whoever," he allegedly said. Rebuilding trust was proving to be a difficult and unpredictable process. However, and friends pointed out that Yandy's pain was still raw. "She's paying attention, but it's obvious that the wounds are severe." Friends said that Ciara's call had repercussions that went beyond the pair, impacting family and close friends. One insider clarified, "Forgiveness isn't simple, especially when emotions are this high." Friends who were caught up in the emotional whirlpool. It was claimed that everyday interactions now carried a weight never before seen, with nuanced expressions and tones frequently taken to be important or noteworthy. Something as innocuous as a comment could cause a reaction. The insider stated, "Everyone was on edge, waiting for the next bombshell." According to reports, fans analyzed each development on the internet, conjecturing about loyalty, intentions, and the possibility of reconciliation or further heartache. Conciliation or more heartache. According to reports, one especially intense altercation happened when Yandy and Mendeecees were having a late-night conversation. In response to the contradictions shown by Ciara's appeal, Yandy reportedly demanded complete transparency. Her voice quivered with emotion as she continued, "I need honesty, and I need it now." Mendeecees replied, apparently overwhelmed, "I now realize that my assumption that I could handle this quietly was incorrect. I had no intention of hurting you," as both parties simultaneously displayed vulnerability, rage, and grief. Friends characterized the scene as tense and emotionally charged. According to insiders, Ciara's contribution to revealing these secrets resulted in continuous tension in every interaction. Everyone said that her late-night call made them face hard realities, making loved ones and friends unsure of how to react or behave. The dynamic was entirely altered by her involvement. According to one source, there is now an element of emotion and distrust in every connection. According to reports, fans were enamored, following every new development and debating possible endings online to keep the drama fresh and compelling. Insiders claim that social media criticism increased the emotional pressure on private people by turning everyday situations become public ones. In an attempt to learn more about the couple's thoughts, fans allegedly examined every post, article, and comment, conjecturing endlessly about a reunion or additional betrayal. One buddy said, "It's unrelenting. The fact that every action and every look is scrutinized simply puts more strain on Yandy and Mendeecees." According to friends, Mendeecees made numerous attempts to make amends in private while admitting his errors and expressing regret. According to reports, he said, "I never desired this suffering." However, insiders pointed out that Yandy was still wary. Her emotions were raw, and her trust was broken. Although she is listening to him, it is obvious that issue cannot be settled in a single day. Tension reportedly overpowered even periods of calm, with one source explaining, "The damage runs deep, and she's taking it seriously." It is said that small arguments could turn into major ones very rapidly as hidden feelings surfaced. Friends characterized the atmosphere as one of perpetual awareness, where each encounter seemed crucial and emotionally fraught. You can practically feel the pressure in the atmosphere. Everyone is on edge, according to one insider, and every conversation matters. It is said that Yandy confronted Mendeecees late at night, expressing the entire extent of her disappointment and hurt, in one especially frank private moment. According to reports, she stated, "I feel like everything I believed in is falling apart. I never intended to break your trust." Mendeecees replied purportedly with regret, "I made all the wrong decisions." After weeks of stress, conjecture, and heartache, friends characterized the encounter as emotionally charged. According to insiders, friends and family were impacted by the aftermath. Few had to manage the emotional upheaval while attempting to continue being helpful. Private discussions were said to be interspersed with conjecture, counsel, and efforts to mediation. But there were still significant emotional stakes at play. One buddy noted that the tension is felt by everyone. Everyone's interactions are impacted by it, and it is impossible to ignore. Fans apparently stayed engrossed, delving into each new development and attempting to guess what would come next. Even attempts at normalcy were short-lived. According to insiders, as the tension from Sierra's call persisted, friends observed that little talk could elicit strong emotions and that informal conversations were frequently full with meaning. One source claimed that there is a persistent undercurrent of emotion and suspense. Every action or statement has the potential to aggravate the situation, and everyone knows this. A pivotal moment apparently happened when Mendeecees made an honest confession in an attempt to accept blame and regain trust. According to sources, I am aware Yandy and listened to between anger, sadness, and the desire to understand. Friends said that although the conversation allowed for some expression of remorse, the emotional wounds remained deep, leaving the future of the relationship uncertain. Fans reportedly remained glued to every development, analyzing body language, timing, and insiders acknowledged that the constant attention made private moments feel even more intense, raising the emotional stakes for both Yandy and Mendeecees. Every look, every pause, and every word reportedly carried extra weight, keeping friends, family, and viewers in suspense. The emotional environment remained volatile, with moments of calm always overshadowed by the tension, the insiders said, describing a continuous cycle of confrontation, reflection, and speculation. The family was reportedly caught between wanting to support the couple and controlling their own emotional reactions, as each new revelation created waves of emotion and uncertainty. According to one insider, every interaction is charged with history, emotion, and the possibility of new conflict. It's exhausting for everyone involved. Insiders stated at the end of Part 3 that Sierra's late-night call had started an unbreakable emotional chain reaction. The story was unpredictable, suspenseful, and emotionally charged, leaving everyone wondering what revelation or confrontation might happen next. But the emotional storm reportedly continued to rage as Yandy and Mendeecees navigated the aftermath of Sierra's late-night call. Interactions were dominated by heartbreak, mistrust, and speculation, leaving friends, family, and fans captivated. Yandy and Mendeecees faced uncertainty, navigating betrayal, sorrow, and public scrutiny. Insiders asserted that even routine exchanges between the couple were fraught with tension, with every word, look, and gesture scrutinized for hidden meaning. Friends characterized the atmosphere as emotionally charged, with suspicion and heartbreak pervading every second, and the atmosphere felt heavy. One source said, "You could almost see the weight of the tension in each one they went into." In an effort to learn more about the couple's emotional state and the possible course of their relationship, fans reportedly tracked every development, analyzing social media posts, interviews, and public appearances, expressed regret and remorse for the purported discoveries, and made many private explanation attempts. According to insiders, he allegedly told a close buddy, "I never wanted to hurt you." Insiders said that Yandy's pain was still raw and that it would take time to restore trust, if it could be restored at all. She is listening to him, but it's obvious that she has serious injuries. According to one insider, the inner circle also felt the strain, not knowing how to help the couple without becoming entangled in the emotional upheaval. Family get-togethers and informal conversations purportedly became more hostile. According to the individuals, talks that were formerly casual and light were said to have layers of meaning, with small gestures or remarks being read as symbols of betrayal, allegiance, or secret information. Walking on a tightrope is analogous to this. According to one insider, everyone is hyper-aware, waiting for the next explosion of emotion. Fans were apparently enthralled, deciphering every hint and formulating theories about motivations, allegiance, as well as the relationship's future. One apparently particularly tense encounter took place late at night when Yandy pressed Mendeecees for explanations regarding discrepancies that Sierra's call had exposed. She is claimed to have responded, "I need complete honesty, and I need it now," her voice shaking with a mixture of sadness and rage. Mendeecees supposedly replied, surprised, "I now realize that my assumption that I could handle this quietly was incorrect. I had no intention of hurting you." Friends said that both people were displaying vulnerability, frustration, and sadness at the same time, making the scene incredibly intense. Insiders claim that the aftermath from Sierra's call continues to impact not only the newlyweds, but also their entire social circle. Even informal get-togethers, according to friends, were tense. There's a charged energy in the air that's impossible to ignore, one insider said, adding that everyone was still conscious of the underlying emotional tempest.